Good morning, Southeast region, and welcome to our Diamond Development Call. It's October 29th, 2015. It's an awesome time to be a Beachbody coach. We have so many wonderful things going on in the company right now. I hope you are all ready for an awesome end of October and an awesome fall classic in November. Just a lot of great things going on. Very excited to have Rochelle Griffin on our Diamond Development Call this morning, and I will introduce her in just a few minutes. Before we do that, though, I am going to turn some time over to Miss Keyshawn Graves, who has some awesome announcements for us and things that we should be aware of as we move our businesses forward here. So, Keyshawn, take it away.
Awesome. Hello, Southeast Region leaders. Keyshawn Graves here. And I am so excited. I think we're in for a great treat with Rochelle Griffin, who's going to be talking to us about Facebook and why it's critical to our business. But before I pass the mic over to Craig to introduce her, just want to leave you guys with this. First of all, we got to do a little recognition. If everyone can just raise your arms and give yourselves a huge pat on the back, whoop, whoop, whoop. First and foremost, for you guys, taking care of you guys making sure that you're drinking your Shakeology every day, that you're making sure your team is drinking their Shakeology every day, pressing play every day. And we want to give big props to those who have achieved some momentous milestones this month, whether it be rank advancing or hitting Success Club already, or just the number of people that you've reached out to and helped so far this month. Way to go, everyone. Now, before I pass it over to Craig, I do want to leave this here with you. We have 63 days left of the year, right? So there's a few more Mondays. There's a few more of these type of calls left. There's 63 more days for you to get tips and pointers and best practices from the best. And I love that about Team Beachbody. I mean, we should feel empowered that we have these tools and resources. And while we have those there, while we have these opportunities for us to get the tools and resources, I want you guys to know that right now is not the time to be developing and redeveloping. Right now is the time for you to take what you already know, to take what you learn, and to make sure that it's being implemented, that it's being duplicated, that your team is implementing and buying into it, that your team is making sure that they're taking care of themselves also. This is the time to turn up the intensity, to release that grit, and to go after your goals with relentless pursuit. To remember your why that you set at the beginning of this month and beginning of this year, and to go after your goals and the person that you desire to become with relentless pursuit. So Craig mentioned it's October 29th. Whoop, whoop. We have 3 full days left for you to achieve the goals you set to accomplish at the beginning of this month. So if you haven't gotten it done, go after it. This is about you. Remember your why. We have 3 more months left for you to achieve the goals, for you to be the leader, for you to be the team that you said you wanted to be January 1st of 2015. Go after them. Why not? So let's use this information. Let's take these 1-degree tweaks, but take what you already know, take what you already have learned, and go after your goals with relentless pursuit. It's not too late. So that's all I got for you guys, Southeast Region leaders. I'm going to pass it back to Craig. Rochelle, you go, girl.
I am excited. I can't wait.
What do you say after that, right? Rochelle, following up Keyshawn, I have to do it many times. Not an easy job, but we are so grateful to have you on the call today. And thank you, Keyshawn. I think everyone's ready to run through a brick wall. I know I am. You guys, we're very privileged to have Rochelle Griffin on our call today. She has been, she's a legacy Beachbody coach, is from living in Archer, Florida right now. Rochelle is an 8-star diamond, is part of our $1 million club. I think she was the 60th member to join this club. She has been getting it done for many years, is a certified instructor in various programs at Beachbody. She's been a registered nurse for 23 years. And what I love about Rochelle is I got to know her as I came on to Beachbody. She has taken the time to really study what it means to be a marketer, okay? How to market yourself online and really maximize the opportunities that this type of business has to offer. And so when I'm talking to Rochelle about business goals, it's funny. She doesn't have a concern. She's not worried about prospecting. She's like, Craig, I don't go to prospects. Prospects come to me because of what I put out there. And I said, Rochelle, we got to bottle that up, and we need to share that with the network. And so I'm super excited today to have Rochelle share some of these tips with you. So without further ado, Rochelle, the floor is yours. Take it away. We're blessed and excited to have you on the call. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Craig. I'm so excited to talk with you guys. When Craig first approached me about doing this, I was like, yeah, I totally want to do this because I'm in a lot of the same groups as all of you guys. And so from time to time, I will see various, comments or debates going on about whether or not you should be using a Facebook page, whether it's any good, what should you do? And very rarely do I get involved in any of those conversations, because I'm the girl who's heads down, blinders on. I'm doing the work that I know I need to do to move my business and my team forward. So to be able to do this today with you guys and to be able to dispel hopefully some of the myths that I've been seeing out there and to help you think a little bit different, I feel really blessed. So thank you, Craig, for even asking me to do this. I really appreciate it. If you have pen and paper, awesome. If you don't, I recommend that you do go grab some. I already told Craig, I warned him, because I can talk a lot about this kind of stuff. This is the stuff that makes me really excited, and I know I only have a little bit of time. So one, I'm going to probably talk really fast to try to get as much information squeezed in as I can. But I told him, if you have to interrupt me and stop me, then that's cool. I'm totally okay with it. So just heads up, that could happen. What I want to share with you today are the 3 big reasons why you should be using a Facebook page. And when I say page, I mean the same thing as a business page, like page. Those words are all interchangeable. But why you should be using one. And then I'm going to give you 3 tips that I do to help grow your page. And these tips are actually also the 3 most common mistakes that I see coaches not do. So hopefully you're going to be able to take something away from this that you're going to be able to utilize. Okay, so let's jump into why you should be using a Facebook page if you plan on growing your business by social media. The very first reason, and I know that some people aren't going to like when I say this, but the very first reason is because it's the rules. You're supposed to do business on your business page. Just like Beachbody has policies and procedures put in place so that we stay in compliance with our business, Facebook has policies put in place that they want people to follow. Now, the thing is I do know that there's lots of successful coaches who are doing business on their personal profile. I know that. And I actually used to be one of those coaches almost 4 years ago who was doing that. But I really want to make sure that you guys hear me when I say this. Every time you do business on your personal profile, you're putting your business in jeopardy. And I don't mean your business with Beachbody, because you're following policy and procedure with Beachbody. That's great. But if you're growing by social media, and I actually probably grow my business 98% through Facebook, you are putting your business in jeopardy using Facebook as the platform every single time you post on your personal profile page. Now, it's not like I have any kind of secret intel to know that they're going to do anything, but how many times have we heard coaches go into Facebook jail, right? Not being able to message people, not being able to post in groups. I even know coaches who have had their whole profile just disappear, go away. They lost everything. Now, if you're, again, growing your business by Facebook, can you imagine that happening? That would be devastating. I don't know if you've ever tried to get in touch with Facebook, but I swear to you, it takes a good day to figure out even how to do it. It's the most frustrating thing ever. So that's the first reason. Reason number 2 is Google. Google is the most popular search engine out there. And for those of you that like stats, the most recent stat is that there are 3.5 billion searches done on Google every single day. What you might not realize is that every single time that you post on your business page, Google spiders that. That goes into Google's category. So when somebody does a search on Google, if it makes sense, one of your posts from your page may actually show up on Google in the person's search. And so you can, it's like free advertising. Hello, you could get people who come to you because they did a search on Google, they ended up finding you. When you post on your personal profile, it's like you're in a bubble. So your friends and your followers, they're going to know that stuff is there, but you are not going to be able to leverage the power of social media, because again, you need to think of it as you're in your own little protected bubble when you're doing your personal page. So that is another reason why you absolutely need to be using your business page, because it makes sense. The third reason that you should be doing a Facebook page is because on your page, you're able to do Facebook ads. Now, it's funny because I find that when I talk to people about Facebook ads, it's such a polarizing subject. Like, people either love them or they absolutely hate them. There's like no in between. And if you're one of those people that hates them, I really want to encourage you to just listen to what I have to say and just be open, okay? Because Facebook ads are amazing and can do amazing, amazing things for your business. One of the things that I tend to hear like people complaining about is, oh, Facebook just wants our money. I'm not paying for this. And like you hear like all this grumbling. And again, I never get involved in any of it, but I just kind of watch and I listen. And, you know, it's interesting to me because I don't know who doesn't realize this, but y'all, Facebook is a business. Hello, they have to make money. Of course, they have employees. They need to make money. So the fact that they have Facebook ads to do that doesn't surprise me or shock me or hurt my feelings or anything. Also, you have to keep in mind that Facebook is like one of the biggest social media platforms out there. The last time I heard, there was like 1 billion people connected every single day. Nowhere else are you going to be able to do that. So if you're not using Facebook ads to bring your ideal client to you, and I'm going to talk about ideal client in just a minute, but if you're not using Facebook ads to bring your ideal client to you, basically what you're doing is it's like a needle in a haystack. And you're just hoping that somehow on luck that one of these 1 billion people is going to happen to live in the areas that we serve and is going to be your ideal client, and somehow or another they're going to end up on your page and buy from you. Y'all, that's not going to happen. And that's why people get so frustrated in saying that their Facebook page doesn't work for them in their business, because it's the way that they're thinking about it and the way that they're utilizing it. Facebook ads can absolutely change everything. You know, I want you to think about this, and I have 2 screens here if you see me going back and forth, because I'm going to be sharing my screen with you in just a second. But think about a brick and mortar company, okay? A brick and mortar company is absolutely going to be advertising for their ideal client. As coaches, we're blessed. I mean, y'all, I don't know if you realize how blessed we are that Beachbody markets for us, so that Beachbody is a household name. If I'm talking to someone and they don't know Beachbody, I can say, you know, P90X, Insanity, 21-Day Fix. At some point, I'm going to hit on something that they're going to be like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I know what that is. Well, that's because of Carl and the powers to be that spend I don't even know how much money we're spending at this point to make it a household name. But what Beachbody doesn't do, and they shouldn't do, and quite frankly, they can't do, is they don't market for me, for Rochelle. They don't market for you as an individual. And people are attracted to different people. So the person that works best with me is not going to necessarily work best with you. Like, my ideal client is a woman in her 30s and 40s, usually has kids that are in school and is at that point that she is ready to make a change in her life. That's my ideal client. It's not the 20-something-year-old guy that is in college and wants to get ripped. He's not going to come to me. And so if I'm not doing my own marketing, if I don't have my own marketing budget to bring people to me, it's going to take me so incredibly long to build my business. And quite frankly, if you're on this call or if you're listening to the recording, you're doing it because you want to grow a business. Okay, so we already know that we're all on the same page. Now, I want to show you guys I'm going to share my screen for just a moment, and then I'm going to tell you guys something. And again, Craig, whenever you need to cut me off, cut me off. Okay, okay. I can see you still. Okay, now, so we just said about the brick and mortar company, right? The brick and mortar company advertises to bring people in. Well, we don't have a brick and mortar company, but our storefront, it's our Facebook page. That's what it is. And when you start to think like that, it makes sense. So I'm showing you my page, and I'm going to keep this up because I'm going to show you guys a few different things on this as I talk. But here's what I want you guys to know. When I first started my page, so I've been actively growing my page for 3.5, almost 4 years at this point. Before then, I did have this page. However, I didn't believe in it. I thought there was no point. I did most of my stuff on my personal page. Forget ads. I thought they were a joke. You know, I'm where a lot of people are right now in how they think about it. So when I finally decided to take my page serious, I had about 700 people on my page. And for those of you that are just starting out, that might sound like a lot. However, it was friends, family, and fellow coaches. None of those people are my ideal client. None of those people were ever going to purchase anything from me. So those numbers meant nothing. It meant nothing. Well, I want you to look now. Hopefully you guys can see it. Right here. So 3.5 years of building my page consistently every single day. I'm now at almost 160,000 likes. That means that majority of those people are my ideal client. In fact, you can see I have very few of my friends on my page, and that's how I want it because they're not my ideal client. Those numbers, to have an extra 600 number, you know, on my page, it means nothing. That's about ego. And I'm not about that. I'm about, I want to build a business for my family and for my future. That's what I want. So these are the ideal client. Now, here's where the power of social media comes in, where you start to really leverage everything. When you become consistent, and again, I'm going to talk about this in just a moment, so I'm going to kind of table a little bit, but when you're consistent in building your page every single day, you can see in this past week, I have brought almost 1,500 new people, my ideal client, to my page. And guess what? Most of those are organic. I didn't pay for them. I didn't pay for them because as I start to build a relationship with people and they start to like, comment, and share the stuff on my page, over time, you get this wonderful snowball effect. And that is how this number is happening. So I routinely get between 1,200, 1,500 new people on my page. Now, I want to take a quick second right now and dispel one of the myths that I hear a lot from coaches. And that is, well, I brought new people to my page, but no one's buying anything. Nothing's happening here. And I'm always like, yeah, I know, you're exactly right. And that, let me tell you why that happens. Because there's something that's it's a marketing funnel. And the way that it works is that the first thing people do is they become aware of you, that you even exist. So these people have just become aware of me this past week. And then what happens is I gradually start to build relationship with them. So the next step is they start to kind of watch what I'm posting and they see what I have to say. And eventually they start to get involved and they like, comment, or share. Those three things are what build relationship: likes, comments, and shares on your page. And then eventually we cross over into trust, where they realize I'm consistent in what I do, I'm consistent in who I say I am. And it's not until you get to that trust point that people are going to do business with you. They're not going to, I promise. So these 1,500 people, they don't trust me. They don't know me. I mean, they've just discovered me. We're at that, it's like I'm courting them. It's like we're dating, okay? And they're just starting to get to know me. So would I expect any of these people to purchase anything or become a coach on my team? At this stage, it's rare. It won't happen. So you need to know, you need to have a big picture mentality of you're building this for your future. This is something that doesn't happen right away. You can't have that really narrow view of, well, it's not happening right now, so this means it's not working. You have to let that go. It's just like what we teach our coaches when we tell our coaches the 3 vital behaviors, and you have to invite and you have to follow up, and you can't just pick and choose when you do it. You have to do it every single day so that eventually the snowball effect occurs. That is the exact same thing that happens with your Facebook page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is jump into the 3 tips because I've got a feeling we might be running short on time. So let's jump right on in. Tip number 1 that I want to give you is that it is imperative that you are posting consistently on your Facebook page. And it's, I think, the number 1 mistake that I see coaches make. Because, and I'm talking like my team, because I'll go and I'll like spot check them and I see what's happening. Now, there's different social media experts out there. And so, you know, there's varying views on how often you should be posting on your page. What I teach my team is to post 8 to 10 times a day on their page and schedule it. You know, it's not like you're on social media all day long. You schedule your stuff out. But 8 to 10 times a day, 10 being really like the best, that's the holy grail. I actually post 12 times a day on my Facebook page. I don't even use my profile page. If you go to my profile, you're going to see I don't use it at all, like at all. I don't post at all on it. So when you post consistently, 10%, this is like a rough rule, 10% of what you post every single day can be about Beachbody. So if you post 10 times a day, 1 of those posts should be about a challenge group, a sneak peek, a product, whatever. The other 9 posts should have nothing to do with Beachbody. It should have to do with what your ideal client wants to read. Well, so think about it. So if you're only posting like 3 times a day on your page, first of all, if you post once a day about Beachbody, that's 33%. If someone goes to your page and scrolls through, you're going to look so incredibly salesy, and they're not going to like that. They're not going to connect with you. So the more you post, the better. But it has to be good content, which I'll get to in just a second as well. But it's really important that you're posting, because remember, not everyone's going to see everything in your feed. And that's true. They're not going to. So don't be fearful of posting 10 times a day thinking you're going to, make people tired of you. You're not. Now, I want to dispel another quick myth, because this has been something that I've been seeing like in the past couple of weeks. First of all, with social media, please don't get comfortable, because it's going to change all the time. Facebook changes algorithms all the time. Well, I'm hearing a lot of chatter about posts not being seen in their feed. And I want to show you that that's actually not true, provided you are consistent every single day. And again, remember, if you're just starting, this is going to take time. But 3.5 years now of being consistent every single day, this one just went up, so I can't show you this. This post from an hour ago, I don't boost posts. 2,000 people have seen this. Let me go down and just show you. This is from 2 hours ago. 11,000 people have seen this post. Do you see how I'm leveraging the power of social media because I'm being consistent every single day? Versus, think about it, guys. If you're posting 5 times a day, one day, you disappear for 3 days, you post once, you disappear for a week, again, it's like dating. You're not going to trust this person. People are watching you. They watch what you do. And it's not until they really get to that trust area of the marketing funnel that they're going to start to do business with you. That's why, rain or shine, whether you feel like it or not, I don't care if you're sick, doesn't matter if it's the weekend, the holiday, you post every single day, and this will pay off in time. So I just wanted to show you guys, and there's one post from yesterday that I actually just want to show y'all. Let me find it. Right here. This was actually a post that somebody posted in one of our leader groups. And first of all, I want to encourage you guys to read this, to watch this video. Like seriously, it's a 13-minute video, and around minute 12, you're going to be like, it's such a cool video. But 86,000 people have seen this video that I posted, and they've actually seen it through my post. So my name comes up. That's the power of social media. So when you hear people saying, Facebook posts they are not being seen, screw the like page, I'm going to do something different, don't listen to them. Don't believe them. It's just simply that the snowball effect hasn't kicked in yet, but you have to trust the process, and you have to keep posting consistently every single day. That leads me to post number 2, or to tip number 2. You need to be posting for your ideal client. What does your ideal client want? And this is where I really recommend that you spend 15 minutes a day doing research on your ideal clients. I actually have a notebook somewhere around here where I will write down stuff about my ideal client, where she shops, what she likes to do, you know, what she reads, the movies that she sees. I write all of this stuff down because that helps me tailor my posts to my ideal client. So I want to show you two things here. This is actually a tip that I want you guys to write down because it's going to really help you. In your search bar, what you can write is pages. Here we go. Came up right here. Pages liked by people who like whatever the name of your Facebook page is. So for me, it's pages liked by people who like Rochelle Griffin. So what that's going to show me is the people that already like my page. What else do they like? That gives me so much insight into the things that I should be posting about. That will really help bridge that gap and help them get to know me and trust me. So it'll come up and you hit see more, and you're going to get this wonderful big long line of all these different pages that the people on your page like. So for me, I'm not surprised at all that Joyce Meyer and Joel Osteen comes up, because I post all the time about my faith on my page, all the time. And a lot of people come to my page for inspiration. So I know that I'm on the money when I see this. There was one thing I saw, let me see if it comes up, because I thought that this was hilarious. So hang on one second. Okay, it does. Okay, this is hilarious. Okay, so this is why it's so important that you guys, your ideal client is probably very much like you. That's usually how it works. But you have to remember, your ideal client is not you. It's not you. On my page, I flat out say in my about section that I'm a rocker chick at heart. Like, rock and roll has always been my thing, absolutely love. So I scrolled through here the other day, and suddenly I'm noticing all these country artists coming up. I'm like, what? So Tim McGraw, Blake Shelton, and if I keep going down, Miranda Lambert. I mean, like, I thought this is the funniest thing, but that's something that's so important for me to know, because they're into country. They're not into rock. That's like, okay, I need to think like a marketer. Maybe my husband likes country. Maybe I need to go to a concert and take some pictures and post them, because that will help connect. Like, I want to show you one more thing, and I know we're running. Am I okay, Craig? Okay. I want to show you one other thing about this, which I thought was so interesting. One of the things that you will rarely see on my page is you'll rarely see me posting about rank advancements or things like that. Yes, they mean something very much to my team, but to my ideal client on my page, it means nothing. Like, literally, it means nothing. And it doesn't help me build a relationship with them at all. So 2 weeks ago, approximately, was leadership. And one thing, I'm going to go to my photos, because hopefully this is going to be like an aha moment for somebody. You won't find on my page pictures of me with Carl or with the trainers or at the parties, because that is not what my ideal client wants. That wouldn't move them to do anything. And people do things based on emotion. My ideal client wants to spend time with her family, and she wants freedom, and she wants to connect with her husband, and she wants to be able to travel. So, thinking like a marketer, when I was in San Diego, I made sure to build in time to sightsee. And the pictures that I took, we went to the San Diego Zoo, and we went to the Museum of Art, and we did, walked around. Went to Old Town. We did the touristy things and took pictures, lifestyle pictures of us living our life. This is the stuff that connected with my ideal client. And in some of the posts, I do write. I plant seeds, and I will write, thank you, Beachbody, for the amazing vacation. And of course, especially because there's been so much talk about it, the disclaimer's there, so make sure you print the disclaimer. But I'm planting seeds for people that this is the kind of life that if you work really hard, you can have. So this is the stuff that you see from my San Diego trip. You don't see anything about leadership, because leadership would have meant nothing to them at all. So that is tip number 2. The last one, which is just a super, super quick one, is, and I know there's varying opinions on this, so I just want to tell you how it's worked for me. Please make sure that your message button is on. For many years, it was off. For me, I didn't have it on. And December, this past year, I thought, you know what, I'm going to test this out and see how it works. And so I turned it on. And this past year, because of that, it really has exploded. Because what happens, we're in a relationship business. There's probably some businesses out there that you don't need the message button on. I don't believe that's Beachbody. Because we're in a relationship business, and we get to that point where people trust us, so they reach out to us. Okay, you post about a mentorship, a sneak peek, a challenge group, whatever it is, they reach out to you. When they then reach out to you behind the scene, I call it behind the scenes, but in messages, you're then taking that trust relationship to a whole nother level. You're taking it to a one-on-one relationship. And when you get it to that point, it's really at that point that they are then going to purchase and do business with you. So that's just a quick tip to go ahead and do that. So I will stop sharing. I know I just laid a ton on you guys, like a ton. I talk really fast. But that's it. I mean, I'm hoping that you guys are able to take something away from that that's going to be able to move your business forward. But I just really want to encourage you guys to just think big picture versus here and now, because this is stuff that's really going to affect your business for years to come. And you guys can grow such huge businesses by leveraging the power of social media. So Craig, all yours.
Well, wow. I will move my screen here to Keyshawn and myself. Rochelle, thank you so much for sharing that. Like, I don't even know what more to say. Like, we both, Keyshawn and I, have pages full of notes here. That was unique and really information that isn't out there as much as maybe that of other things that we hear. And so, wow, all I can say is, wow, there's some really awesome stuff on there. Hopefully some new perspective for people to consider. We are running short on time. It looks like, Laurie, you do have a question. Go ahead and ask that question, and then we'll need to close before we run out of Zoom space here.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, Rochelle. I think that is great to know about the profile and kind of moving everything over to your business page. So that was a big takeaway for me. So what do you actually spend your money on for advertising? Is it invites to challenge groups and the business opportunity?
That is such a good question. I'm glad you asked that. I'm so glad you asked that. Okay, no, and I don't encourage people to. When you set your marketing budget, and guys, you can start at $5 a day. $10 a day is really going to be the best to get you to start at. And so if you can spend $300 a month on your marketing, that would be great. But you always want to do like ads. So when you go into the ad manager, and there's lots of different programs from different social media experts out there that you can purchase to learn how to do ads. There's also stuff on YouTube. Facebook even has information on how to do ads that you can get. But there's different kind of ads you can do. You want to do like ads, the ads that actually bring your ideal client to you. Mm-hmm. So occasionally I'll boost posts about my groups. In all honesty, I don't get a whole lot of leverage from that. And I would never take the money away from my like ads to do that. It would be in addition to. You need to bring ideal clients to your page. You don't want to be the needle in the haystack. That's the thing. You have to bring them to you and post great content, build a relationship with them, and you really won't even have to boost the posts about your different groups that you're having. People will see it and they'll come forward as they're ready.
All right. Well, again, Rochelle, thank you. Laurie, thank you for that question. Rochelle, thank you so much for sharing this information. You guys, hopefully you have a whole new perspective on ways to grow your business. As Keyshawn mentioned a few minutes ago, guys, there's time left in the month, in the year. Let's get after this thing. Let's just do it. All right. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. And be sure to share this. I will get this recording up. Be sure to share it with all of your coaches, and let's take this thing to the next level. Okay. Thank you, you guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.